Hello, everybody, and welcome to the S&M show, the Sam and Ming show, broadcasting live from the home of the comic book men, Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. My name is Ming Chen. Sitting across from me is the amazingly talented, the beautiful, the strong, the fast, Samantha Quintus. Everybody,
whoop whoop.
Say like whoop whoop. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We keep saying that, and then you keep disappearing again.
I'm not going anywhere for a while.
I know, now you're stuck here.
I'm not, well, sort of, yes.
You're stuck here.
Yes, but, life.
I thought you said wife.
Wife.
I was going to say, no, that word,
Come on.
no.
Come on.
Pray for Debbie.
We're still going with that.
Who the hell isn't still going with that?
We're still going with that.
I mean, shit, now even Eminem is praying for Debbie.
That's true. Anybody who's asked, if you check my Instagram feed, Twitter, this hashtag pray for Debbie, my wife Debbie, which you started lo and behold a year ago.
Yep, about that.
But if you go and click on it to see all the other hashtags that get posted, it's for Eminem's mother?
Yeah, like something like that. And then a few months ago, or last year when we started it,
yes.
It was like this woman who was dying named Debbie.
Yes.
So it's kind of depressing and sad, no matter what time you're looking at it.
Yes.
But, like, who the fuck wants to be looking at Eminem all day?
Well, there are a lot of people who are cleaning out their closets. And, yeah. Mom's spaghetti. Rhymes armed and ready. I can't. I can't rap.
I used to run to that song.
I don't run to that song. I run to there's another Eminem song I run to. Crap, I can't remember what it is now, but
now that you've actually mentioned a song that you run to, next time we're running next to each other, or I'm running like a quarter mile ahead of you, I'm gonna wonder I wonder what's playing in Ming Chen's ears.
Yeah, I like the one he did with Rihanna though.
Setting fire.
Yes, yeah.
He chains her to a bed and sets her on fire.
That's not why I like it. I think it's just a good tune. Yeah.
He has some weird songs.
He does, but he sings from the heart. So hello everybody. We are back. You can tweet us live. I'm at MingChen37, MINGCHEN 37.
And I'm at the Zen Librarian. Make sure you put the V there because if you don't, you're gonna get some old, haggardly librarian woman.
Yes, no, not young and youthful and vibrant like you. You want you want something cool. You want a cool librarian.
Yeah, exactly. You want the Zen Librarian, not just any other Zen Librarian.
Yeah, we are happy to be back live though, man.
And
I freaking missed this.
In the new and improved Secret Stash.
Yeah, guess what, everybody? Comic Book Men Season 5 back day 1 today. We started today.
Mm-hmm.
We started today. We got lights in here.
Yep.
We have crew in here.
Yep.
Haven't had any cameras here yet. Today they were just doing exterior shots. And for any of you familiar with gadgets, we have what's called a quadcopter. It's a little helicopter. It's like a drone. It's got 4 rotors on it, and there's a camera attached to it. So they can fly it up. You can get aerial shots of Red Bank. We have flown it in here. If you watched last season, you'll see some pullback shots, and I'm stalking.
Yeah. And
you reveal, so the farther back goes, you see Walt. And you see
now, whoever's controlling that, I guess they have a steady hand, so it's not shaking and.
Yeah, it's shockingly smooth. I guess that's what you get with 4 helicopter rotors.
Yeah.
It's pretty smooth. So yeah. So I'm excited. To get back.
I came to Surf Taco to eat lunch today.
Yeah, beloved Surf Taco next door.
Yes. And I was eating outside, and all the production guys were coming over saying, "Hey, good to see me again." And every time somebody said hi to me, I was just like, "Man, you guys remember me?"
You're hard to forget, Sam Q.
I mean, and I hang out here a lot, so you know.
You do. You're here at least once a week,
if
not more.
Yeah, usually more.
Not annoyingly, so not like our friend Robert Bruce.
Robert Bruce, which apparently today was Rob Bruce Day.
Why do you say that?
Everybody was telling stories about Rob Bruce today.
Oh, like bad stories?
Yeah.
Example?
About him yelling at a pregnant woman.
Oh, yeah.
And making her cry.
I think we've talked about this. There was one time right out on the street, a lady had parallel parked her car, and she was a foot over the line, the white lines that designate what the spot is.
I mean, to be fair, too, and believe me, I'm no stranger to shitty parallel parking on my own reserves, but, I mean, if she parallel parked the car and she was only over for a foot,
literally,
that's a win for a woman parallel parking the car.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Wasn't blocking anybody, wasn't,
she didn't damage property.
Didn't damage a car.
She wasn't on the curb.
Wasn't in a handicapped spot. And for whatever reason, Rob took it upon himself to yell at the woman for I don't know why. He had no. It didn't affect him in any way. It had no skin off his back.
I was gonna say, and he's not like an official for the town of Red Bank.
No, he starts yelling at her to the point of tears. She starts crying, and even worse, she was pregnant.
Something about this is so Rob Bruce, though.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
She's yelling at her, you're a shitty Parker. I don't know what he was. I don't know what he was yelling. Let's just say that's what I don't know. He yelled at her to the point of tears. She went. Finally he stopped. She went about her business. Half hour later, this dude bursts into the door of the store. Dude's about 6'5", maybe 275. He's mad. He's like, "Where's Rob Bruce? Which one of you is Rob Bruce?" We're like, "Whoa, buddy, settle down. What's going on?" It's like, "Where's Rob Bruce? I heard you. Rob Bruce was out here yelling at my wife. She had a really bad day. She's pregnant, and he's yelling at her because she."
And I want to fucking kill him.
He did want to kill him, and I'm like, "We don't know, sir. Rob, Rob isn't here." And I was, "Please, God, please walk in the door, Rob. Please." I just wanted to see him flattened like a pancake. I just wanted to see him get flattened like a freaking pancake. And the dude, he was pissed. Well, I would have been pissed. I would have wanted to destroy him too.
Hell yeah.
Yelling at my pregnant wife.
Dude, if I was that pregnant wife, I would have just like punched Rob Bruce in the face.
Yes.
Like, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh, he would have gone down. Oh,
Yeah.
Of course, Rob was like, "Oh, really?" And I saw him later. I was like, "Dude, you better stay off the streets because there's some 6'5" dude looking for you." He's like,
Somebody's looking
"It's like
for
I don't
you.
care. I could have taken him. I would have beat him. I would have beat him up. I could have taken him." Like, Rob, you're 81 years old. You are not in the best of shape. You probably have osteoporosis. Your bones are brittle because I've never seen you drink milk. And you're like, what are you gonna do?
My mother drinks more milk than most people, and her bones have cancer in them. So milk is not the way to solve this.
Another reason why we haven't been on everybody.
Oh yeah.
How is your mother, by the way?
She's good. She's having some nasty side effects to all the medicine she's on, which is of course a nasty side effect to having to be on medicine.
Right. Is it like a cocktail of meds? Is it like does it look like Brian Johnson's pill? He's got like the Monday through Sunday thing.
She was on a lot at the beginning, and now she's on I think like 2 less.
Okay.
So but she's having I guess a bad reaction to her. They took her off the steroid,
Yes.
and she's having a bad reaction to either being taken off of that or the hormone that she's on. And I mean she's retaining water, like she's really swollen. Like I mean her legs. My mother. She's no like spring chicken anymore.
No, but she's your mom. I imagine she's pretty tough.
Legs, yeah, like her legs have been swollen for a while, just because she doesn't kind of work them a lot. And when she does, she's on her feet all day. So,
Right.
She's not in the best of shape, but, they're definitely really swollen. So now she's on a water pill, which of course has its own side effects. So Friday...
So wait, the water pill dries you out, right?
Yeah,
it makes potassium and shit?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So, but like when you're taking too much potassium, it's not good for you.
Right.
And so now, and the thing with water pills is that it, does things to your bladder to make you go to the bathroom more.
Right.
And when you're off the the water pill, it's still kind of fucking with your bladder because it got used to being on the water pill. So she has all these nasty side effects, and she keeps telling me, she's like, part of me still thinks I'd be better not having gone to the doctor. And I'm like, oh yeah, when you couldn't walk up the steps, like please.
Yeah.
So she's kind of being a little stubborn, but I kind of see her point with it.
She's stubborn, shocking.
I know.
Shocking.
Yeah. So, but she is doing better. The radiation helped a lot. The problem with the radiation, of course, was she had radiation fatigue,
Right.
Which is finally starting to wear
So she's
off.
doing radiation, no chemo yet.
No chemo
Okay.
yet. And I mean, like, my whole thing too is they haven't done anything about the lump. They're trying to shrink it with medicine.
Yes.
And to me, like, I'd be like, I want this son of a bitch cut out of me. Like, just get it out.
Yeah.
Her doctor doesn't think that's necessary, and my mother doesn't want surgery, so she's not pushing it.
Right.
So, like, I get to go sit down with her oncologist when I go to her doctor's appointment this Friday and be like, okay, like, level with me. Because he even said to my father, like,
Give it to me straight, doc.
Like, they could shrink it, but, like, if they shrink it and don't take it out, it's gonna come back. So I'm like, why would you leave it in there?
Yeah.
Like,
just get that son of a bitch out.
Exactly.
Yes.
So then my neighbor, of course, everyone has to put their opinion in, and my neighbor's like, he's all holistic and healthy, and he goes, why would you take cancer out of your body? It's part of your body. Like, there are holistic ways to heal this. And I'm like, because it's fucking cancer, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so then he gave me this, like, scenario. He's like, if I'm hitting you, in the face with a rock, would you cut off your head and remove your head so I stopped hitting you with a rock? I'm like, no, I would kick you in the fucking balls. Like, that's not even a comparable, like, scenario.
Yeah.
Like, having cancer in my breast versus you slapping me with a rock.
Right.
Like, who does that?
You got some weird neighbors, man.
It's a fucking weird.
It's a weird neighbors.
Weird
so one's
people.
one's a freaking hippie dippy, holistic guy.
Yep.
And the other two are just assholes. Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the mom update.
Yes, that's
All
the mom
right.
update.
Well, if you need anything, we're here for you.
Yes.
I don't know what I can do for you.
You could
I think my wife has urged me to be more sympathetic, and I'm not really good at that.
You're not good at sympathy?
Not really.
Why?
I don't know.
Do you not have a heart? I mean, well, we know you don't have a heart because.
Why do you say that?
You don't.
I got a big heart.
You don't seem generally attached to.
I got a big heart. I think part of it is I am afraid of saying the wrong thing, and the other part is I just like if it's not a concrete solution, then I just don't know how. You know, I was like I can say whatever I want. It's not going to help. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, Vern?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so it's
I was
tough.
to say, you know, it is tough because since my mother got cancer, I've like two other people that I know, or one other person that I know, one of their parents was diagnosed with something similar, not the same thing as my mother, but something very similar. And you know, it's funny too because like I was just in that situation, and like I still didn't know what to say because like it is so shitty. And I know that, like, when people, you know, were coming to me and, you know, I said all the same things that they had said to me to sympathize with her.
Right.
But, like, you know, part of it, like, almost felt... I think the realest thing that one of my friends said to me was, like, they messaged me online, like, sorry to hear about your mother. Like, it's going to get worse. Like, there was
they just put it right there.
There
they
was
just
none
put all
of,
out front.
Exactly. There was none of that, like, oh, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
You know, like, he leveled with me straight. He's like, listen, I'm in the same situation as you.
I've been there.
It's not going to get easier. Right. You're just going to have to get tougher. And the realism in that moment was like, but that's not something I'm comfortable saying to some people. So I don't want to look at, like, my friend who's grieving and be like, shit, honey, this is going to be bad. You know? Right.
And I tend to try to be a positive guy. Yeah. So, that's not positive. But, yeah. So, know that me maybe not saying anything, I do care very much, of course. But I just don't know how to express it. So, anyways. Yes. So, somebody, our friend Michael Gaines, is Ming going to be home for more than 48 hours? Yes. I am. Since we're shooting, we can't really go anywhere. I can't really go.
You're
maybe
stuck.
Can maybe go for the weekend. Even that's a stretch though. It's
Ming, just stay home.
I'm staying home. I'll be home for a while.
Like Christ.
I'll be home. Like Jesus Christ? Jesus Christ traveled around Israel.
Well, he didn't have Debbie at home.
No, you're right. He didn't. Anyways.
Poor Jesus.
Poor Jesus. Yes. Actually, it's my wife and kids that have taken off this week. They went to Wildwood.
Good for your wife and kids.
I know, and I couldn't go because I had to be here since we're shooting.
Good for you. I bet wherever Debbie is right now, she's sitting back, listening to this and smiling.
Wildwood, New Jersey.
Yeah,
maybe
but, like,
she might be
on the beach. Like, you know, I bet if she's at the beach or if she's like watching the kids at the rides, I bet she's listening to this and she's just smiling, saying, "Fuck Ming Chen."
God, I hope not. in the ocean, resort town of Wildwood, New Jersey, the Wi-Fi does extend to the beach. That is one awesome thing about that. And I am not there because I'm here. TCB, baby. Taking care of business. In a flash. Elvis style. Yes. But I did just get back from Orlando, Florida.
You did?
Yeah. And it was funny, I went down there. I was posting photos and stuff. And
you went to Disney, and you were posting all these pictures.
Yeah, and then I got back, and you're like, did you have fun? Were your wife and kids jealous that they weren't there with you? I'm like, bonehead, my wife and kids were with me.
You didn't take one picture with them.
No, that's not true. Well, at the time,
actually,
I had just realized that because, usually I don't post. My wife doesn't want any photos of her on my feed.
Understandable.
Because, because I get a lot of scrutiny for whatever I do, so she doesn't want any of that.
No, it was funny too because my boyfriend brought that up the other day. He goes, "Why doesn't Ming ever post pictures tag Debbie in places?" Like, he occasionally does.
I tagged her. I just don't post photos.
Yeah, I was to say he occasionally does, and I said, you know what? I completely agree. Like, everyone hates on Ming Chen. If I was Debbie, I'd be like, fuck this. I don't want my name tied to that. Right. Don't put me in that picture.
Right, exactly. And I'll post a picture of my kid very rarely though.
Yeah.
Just don't, you know. Well, she has asked me not to
Yeah.
post as many, but
Yeah.
I have done it. So after I got back, actually, I was like, goofball, my kid.
Yeah, and
My
I was
kids
just
came
like,
down
oh,
with
your,
me.
Your kids were there.
How
Oh.
could I go to Orlando, Florida, the home of like family vacations, and not have my family come down?
Because you're Ming.
Yeah, I suppose. So after I got back, I did post a photo as we went to a place called Legoland.
Yeah.
And if you're anybody who has any kind of fun, you know what a Lego is.
I play
And-
Lego video games all the time.
Yeah, the Lego video games are great, and they have a Lego Land where they have rides and all the Lego themed things. My son wanted to go. He's 7 years old. Wanted to go to Legoland. It's like, don't you want to go to like cooler things like the Magic Kingdom and Universal and Harry Potter Land? He's like, no, I want to go to Legoland. I'm like, all right.
Now at Legoland, did they have a ride where they just put people in a room and have them walk on a carpet with Legos on the floor?
It's almost
barefoot?
like that. Now,
Because that's the most real Lego game in the world.
Right.
When you step on a Lego and you're barefoot.
yeah.
Shit
Now,
hurts.
they have a park and then they have an attached hotel, and the hotel has themed rooms. I'm like, all right, this could be fun. I honestly was not expecting that much from Legoland. It sounded like it's for little kids. And I'm like, all right.
Nothing in Disney is for little kids.
Yeah, but this is Legoland. It's different.
Mm.
So we go there. We have a themed room. It's like a pirate themed room. The hotel was amazing. We checked in the hotel first. You get in there. There's this big, huge pit full of just loose Legos, and around that pit, kids all over there just grabbing and building shit.
Jesus Christ.
It's awesome. And the cacophony of kids.
It's probably like
is-
a young architect's dream come true.
Oh, sure. And Lego's good. They're good for kids. Are educational. I grew up on them. You probably
yeah, I
did
grew up on them as well.
as well too. And I still play with them.
Yeah.
So it was
I actually grew up in Legos before, like, there were all those kits on how to make, like, cool things.
Oh, yeah.
Where they give you step-by-step
Right.
directions. So if you saw something on the TV, like the Millennium Falcon, and
Right.
you had a pile of
I
Legos,
was
you're
like,
like,
ooh, I want to
I'm
try
gonna-
to build that.
I'm going to
with
figure out a
no-
way to make my Legos look like the Millennium Falcon without a guidebook
Right.
or strategically placed Legos to do it.
Yes.
So,
Yes. So I go to see the big pit. The front desk is there are like 10,000 minifigures in an array behind the front desk. The you know those carts they give you to carry your luggage up? It was made out of Legos. The wheelie cart.
it doesn't, like, fall apart?
No, I think they're glued or
together.
did you see the Lego movie? No.
No.
Oh, they were
That song about
they
the
were
movie.
craggled together.
Okay.
Craggled meaning they were glued together.
Yeah.
Now I go in there. My wife's checking. I turn the corner and there's a fully stocked bar over there. I'm like, oh. And then their parents drinking at the bar while their kids are running
Kids are,
around.
like, running around
I was like,
wild.
that's so smart.
Yeah.
That's smart.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah, took advantage of the bar later on after the kids went to bed. By the way, I invited my wife down for a drink.
Yeah.
And
Get a little frisky. Don't tell me. Never mind.
at the bar?
No. In your room.
No, with the kids in it? No. No, I went to the bar and I looked to see what spirits they had. Angel's Envy, my favorite bourbon, was back there.
Yes.
Not one that you can get everywhere. So I had that. The
liquor store down the road from my
The
house.
room was amazing. You get in the room, and there's a separate kids area with bunk beds and their own TV, and then you go far. There's a bathroom, and then there's the parents'
See, you
bed.
can get frisky.
It wasn't like
room.
closed off though. You can't. Well, I mean, I have no problem with. Well, I should
Ming
have a
Chen,
problem
how
with
loud
it.
are you? Don't.
I'm
tell
very.
me
I've
never mind.
I've gone on record
Okay,
that I'm
okay.
pretty loud.
I don't.
so.
I don't want to know. I don't want to think about
It's-
you naked or anything. Ugh.
I've gone on record saying
Okay.
that
I think we've talked about it before.
yeah, that I just hey man, why hold it back, right? Like, and I can't. It's tough. It's tough. Anyways, I'm
Yeah.
digging. Am I digging a hole for myself?
You are.
I have no
Just
idea.
Stop talking.
I have no
we're
idea.
losing listeners.
Are we already?
We're losing our one listener.
Wow. All right. Well, anyways, yes.
So now you were down in Orlando for a con.
Walker Stalker Con.
Walker
One
Stalker
of
Con.
my favorite cons on the planet, bar none. This is it's not all Walking Dead, but it's a majority. They're based on the Walking Dead cast members, Walking Dead voice actors from the video games, and at this one they had almost everybody. Freaking Daryl, Norman Reedus himself was there, and almost all of Alexandria was there. Good and bad. Guys. Whether you could want to call them good guys or bad guys, that's up to you if you watch the show. And I'm lucky enough, since we follow the show, that I'm able to come to this con.
Yeah.
So the organizers and everybody top notch, treat you like family. It's great. I want to go to every Walker Stalker Con from here until eternity, and I hope we do because they've got a huge lineup for 2016. London,
There you go.
Rio de Janeiro. There's going to be a Walker Stalker cruise. Now, what do you think of this? So it's a 3-day cruise. It goes from Miami to Nassau, Bahamas, and they're going to be Walking Dead stars there. Norman Reedus, Emily Kinney.
Who are apparently dating now.
Yes, I
That's
did.
just weird.
I did not get a chance to ask them about that.
What are you gonna do? Ask them about their sex? Like, what are you gonna ask?
Oh no, I'm wondering if anybody, because it's kind of, is it that's personal,
Yeah.
whether in a relationship or not. But
Apparently they are. I mean,
but what I think is weird is there are a certain faction of fans who can't separate reality from TV.
well, that's on every show.
I find it so odd though.
Well, I think people, get. I mean, you see that with like Doctor Who. You see that with anything where there's some kind of cult following behind it.
And it's usually females. Well, sometimes males too. With
Mostly females, I would say. I mean, like you have people. Prime example.
This is me and my wife having sex. Yes.
No, that's terrible.
I know. It's awful.
Like you have people with like the Doctor Who universe. When a doctor leaves and you get a new one, you have people who are like actually like suicidally depressed.
Which
like,
is so weird.
David Tennant left and Matt Smith came in, because like, oh.
It's so weird though.
And then the same thing happened with Matt Smith to Peter Capaldi. People were like, I for one was one of them. We were like, well, we're not gonna like this guy because he's not cute and hot and the doctor that we like.
Yeah.
And people get really attached to the people. The shows that they watch.
Right, and case in point, I met, Alexandria, there's the girl who's in love with Carl.
Mm-hmm.
And, I met her in real life. Her name is Caitlin Nacon.
Is she really in love with Carl?
No. She's playing a character, my friend. She is not in love with Chandler Riggs that I know of. But all day on her Twitter and Instagram, it's a wall of stay away from Chandler. Like, their chicks were pissed.
Well, I was just saying, I watched the show Pretty Little Liars, and one of the characters on there, I follow her because she posts a lot of artsy pictures, this and that on Instagram. And her boyfriend, who's on the show Suits, which I also watch, and it's like amazing because on the show Pretty Little Liars, she's in this very good relationship with this other character on the show. And you'll get people on her boyfriend's Instagram like, you stay away from her, she has to be with Toby, and fuck you for ruining my life. So and I'm like,
get a lot of crazy.
Holy shit,
there are a lot of deranged, crazy fans out there.
Exactly.
And you don't really realize this, but some of them can come up and try to meet you. So Norman Reedus has his own security detail.
Well, obviously.
But I can't imagine. It's gonna be hard to imagine him trapped on a ship for 3 days with like crazy fans. Maybe trying to get to him. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure there'll be adequate security. I'm not really worried about that. I'm just it has come up though, in various articles and things like, well, how are you gonna? I'm sure it'll be taken care of.
I'm sure they're working very hard on it.
And I've never been on a cruise. Have you?
No, I haven't.
So these ships are typically very big.
Yes.
So like they probably have a whole deck for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who did just get back from a cruise? Walt Flanagan.
Yeah.
Went on a 7-day cruise.
Nice.
Yeah.
He always go away before like.
Yeah, before we start shooting. Yeah. Well, granted, last year he went to a mall for his family vacation.
Yes.
That's just saying. But and the year before he went on a cruise. The year before I think he went on a 3-day cruise, and this time he went on a 7. And his
comic book money's good.
Well, I mean, if you catch a good deal, which he's very good at, I'm sure it wasn't. It doesn't break too many banks. I bet you I spent more in Florida than he did on a cruise. Like that shit's expensive. Magic Kingdom, Universal.
Yeah.
It's $100 a ticket.
Yeah.
Take a family of 4.
It's like boom.
Boom. You do the math. Food, hotel, transportation.
And food down there isn't cheap either. It's not like they're
God, no.
Yeah, it's not like they're like, oh, well, you're paying $100 for.
Yeah, we'll cut you a break on the food, right? You need to eat, right?
Exactly.
Oh, so we'll give you a discount.
Exactly. It's the same thing as like Six Flags. You're paying $80 to get in there, and then like $15 for like a slider-sized hamburger.
Right. It's pretty awful.
Yeah.
Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, cruise, money. Oh, yeah. Oh, so, the con.
So now...
con was great, but...
well, I was going to say, it was... Mike Zapsik didn't go.
Mike Zapsik was in Washington D.C. His oldest was presenting something to Congress or something like that.
That's awesome.
They did.
And apparently Brian Johnson didn't go either.
Well, may I vent for? May I have the floor to vent for a little bit?
You may take the floor.
Okay. So if you looked at the Walker Stalker guest list, Brian Johnson was listed as a guest, as part of the Comic Book Men coming down. Now, what had happened was I had talked to him about a month earlier, and he told me that he was taking his niece and his girlfriend down to Orlando 10 days prior to the con. He wasn't aware of the con, so I made him aware. I was like, hey, did you know there's a Walker Stalker con about 10 days after you're going? Why don't you go down, make some money, pay for your trip? I'll let them know, if you want to go, I'll let them know you're coming. I'll contact our booking agent, because he wasn't initially invited on the list. So I'm like, why don't you ask to see if you can get in on this? You can it's easy money.
It is.
And like I said, these parks are freaking expensive. We are talking over $100 per person. Like this is a great part. If you go to like Disneyland, I think an adult one-day ticket at Disneyland is $105. The kids ticket is like $99. They give you a $6 discount. Gee.
Awesome, thanks.
Gee, Walt, thanks a lot. $6 discount. Wow, how generous of you. Exactly. How generous of you. So I was like, you know what? Go down, make some money, and let's face it. The more money you have, the more fun you're gonna have. Mm-hmm. It's just how it translates. You can get more Mickey ice cream sandwiches. You can buy the embroidered hat. Exactly. You can get the R2-D2 mouse ears.
Exactly.
Sky's the limit, and I'm like, why don't you go? And why don't you ask if you can go down? So he did. Got himself invited, and was put on the guest list. Great.
Awesome.
Great. I'll see you down there. And so I think he moved the trip a little bit, where he was there either 7 or 5 days prior to the con. So he was going to go hit a bunch of the parks, come to the con. He was only listed for 1 day, Saturday only, and then go back to maybe doing some more parks and then come home. No big deal. So
NBD.
Yeah, NBD. So Saturday rolls around, day of the con. It's great. I got there a little early, got set up. They make these vinyl banners that hang behind us.
Yeah.
Ming Chen, Brian Johnson. Tables are set up. We have volunteers to help us. Great. 9. I get there about 9 o'clock. Con start for VIPs at 9, open to the public at 10:30. So 9, 9:30, 10. No big deal. Con doesn't really start till 10:30. He's not here yet. No problem. 10:30. Okay, not here yet. Maybe wants to create some mystique. Maybe he'll come a little later. 11. Still no Brian. Now 11:30. We are supposed to be co-moderating a panel with the original cast of The Walking Dead. Now, what I learned was he asked to moderate this panel. He had sent a special request to the con. Basically, he doesn't like sitting around the table the whole time.
Yeah,
he can't stand
wants
it.
To do things.
He loves talking. He wants to do panels instead. So they granted him his wish, asked him to moderate this panel. The con contacted me. It was like, hey, will you co-moderate with him? I'm like, of course. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm a glory whore. I want to be up on stage. And
I'm glad you
I've never really moderated before. I would love to do it. So, and with both of us, I figured we could cover whatever gaps.
Yeah.
That we would be able to. That was at 11:30. 11:15 rolls around. They come. Hey, you ready for the panel? Where's Brian? I don't know. Where's Brian?
Yeah. Did you try texting him?
Tried texting him. Tried calling. Our agent tried texting. Tried calling. The con organizer tried texting. Nothing. Now, is this unheard of behavior? No. No, he's bailed on 4 cons. He bailed on 4 cons last year. So, was I halfway expecting it? Sure. Is it?
But I mean, he was already down there.
He was already there. He was literally 4 miles away at some place called Fort Wilderness. It's like a little. You can camp there, and they have cabins. So he had taken his family to Fort Wilderness. It was literally 4 miles from the Orange County Convention Center. 4 miles. He was down there already. The problem in the past was he wouldn't even leave Jersey. So I figured he's down there already. No problem, right? Nothing. Texting, nothing. So, they was like, where's Brian? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not waiting for him. Let's go. Let's not hold up this panel. So I go. I do a panel. It's called the original crew panel. It was with the guy who played T-Dog, if you're familiar with the show.
Mm-hmm.
Emma Bella played Amy, Andrea's sister.
Yep.
And the one who played Jackie, the black woman who stayed behind at
Yep.
the CDC and she sacrificed her life. Couldn't
For
go
nothing.
on. Yeah,
She just wanted to die because she was a pussy.
you tell her that, but okay. Yes. So luckily I had prepared. And, you know, moderating, not the hardest job in the world, but
Yeah.
still, you got to keep a flow going.
Yeah.
And, you know, throw in some interesting tidbits. And, you know, it was, so it was the first panel of the day. But, yeah, it was at 11:30, you know, early. I didn't know how many people would show up, but they introduced us. We got up on that stage. It was filled. And we're all standing up there. And, like, let's take a moment to bask in this. Because it had to be, like, maybe 1,000 people in the audience. So I put my arms around everybody, and we do like just for a photo, so everybody could take a nice clean photo of us. And all I heard was click, 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 click. I was like, wow, this is kind of cool. And I know they didn't give a crap about me up there. I'm just, you know, so yeah, did the panel, killed it. I'm proud to say I think I did an alright job.
Okay.
Didn't get any complaints. You know, I got some compliments. It's good. So you know, I held my own. But
so now, have you talked to Brian since the con?
I've not heard one word from him. Since he didn't show up for the whole. He didn't show up.
Now
Did not
like,
show up.
obviously-
We had a even worse was we had what's called a professional photo op where people pay X amount of dollars and you get a professionally taken photo with them in a photo booth with a backdrop and.
So they just had you,
so,
which is like totally major disappointment.
I imagine so because there were a couple of people who did pay for me and Brian. We were listed as a team, and they came like, "Where's Brian?" Like, I don't know. It's like, listen. If you don't want to do this, you want your money back, that's fine. Or you take it with me, I'll make it up to you in any way possible. And they're like, hey, will you sign our photo after it's printed? I'm like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'll do whatever you want. Whatever you want. I'm sorry he's not here. I'm not really sorry, but but I'm sorry for you that he's not here.
Yeah.
And, you know, I did that. But
so now, what's the conversation going to look like? I mean, I assume Wednesday you're going to have to see him because you're filming.
You know what? Here's the thing. He asked to be here at this con, so it's not cool.
And he kind of like, I mean, you obviously have a really good reputation with these people. So
I do.
I'm not saying that he traded on your name, but like,
well,
you know,
I did put in a very good.
Exactly.
Here's the thing here are the two things that kill me about this. One, I did have a hand in helping him get to this con. You understand? I did tell them he was coming. He was not invited initially, and you know, there was a little. And what was I thinking of him? No, not really. I was thinking of his kid. He's bringing his kid down there. Make some money, man.
Yeah.
Show her a great time with the extra money.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of her. So that sucks. Two, I see those kids come up to the booth with their Tell 'em Steve Dave and their ant shirts. Where's Brian? He's not here. Oh. It's disappointing. Because listen, they drove out there. You got to pay for parking. You got to pay to get in. It's not cheap. It's $45 to get in for that one day.
Yeah.
They come up like, oh, Ming Chen. Like, great. Where's Brian?
Severe disappointment.
Where's Brian? It is. It's not only that, but he told them to come.
Yeah.
He told them to come on the pod. So why are you telling people to come if you're not going to show up?
Yeah.
It's not cool. And screw me. I'm fine. I halfway expected this, but you are making me look bad. We are thought as a comic book man. We are
a group.
A group. We are thought as a group, whether he likes it or not. Whether he wants to think of himself above that or not, that's fine. But
now, is this going to influence in the future you getting his name when it wasn't there on a con?
I'm not. No. I'm done doing favors for him. I'm done. Listen. I've done a lot of favors for the guy. You know, whether it be getting a tattoo on your pod. Come on, like that's probably the higher end. To solving your when you have a problem with your computer, iPhone, who calls me? Who does he call? He calls me, and I'm graciously willing to take my time, fix his problem. That's all I'm saying.
But you're done.
I am done. I can't do it anymore. This man, he's almost 50 years old. I'm still holding his hand. Like, come on, that's not cool. So, well, here's the other thing. So, no contact. If you don't want to come, call.
Maybe his phone died.
Well, here's what I heard. I heard on Friday he dropped his phone in the pool, and it died. Okay, that's fine. No problem. Your girlfriend has my number. She has texted me in the past.
Maybe her phone fell in the pool too.
I didn't hear that part. She has texted me in the past. I know she has my number. Just tell me if you don't want to come, or if you can't come, tell me. Tell somebody. Because, and this is why, because the con has tables, they're limited tables. If you weren't going to come, they could have sold his table for, I believe the table fees were $500 a day.
Yeah.
They had to eat that. So, yeah. So I just why? And he hasn't said nothing since. Have your girlfriend call me. What? You don't know? All right, fine. She doesn't have my number or whatever. Maybe her phone fell in the pool. You don't know how to use a payphone? Okay, payphones are scarce now. The hotel front desk phone. Hey, man.
Well, maybe he doesn't have your number memorized.
Okay, call the store. He's got to have that.
Maybe not.
Okay, call whatever number you have. Call 411. I never had a 411.
Is that even still around?
Okay, fine. That doesn't work. You have your computer. You can text from your MacBook. No? Okay, fine.
Maybe he didn't bring it with him.
No, he knew. He was tweeting. He tweeted his phone fell in the pool. So I know he's got his computer. Can't text. Can't send an email. Send a fucking tweet. Fucking tweet. At Ming1037. Not coming. Not coming to Walker Stalker. Tweet the con.
Hashtag shocker.
Tweet the freaking kids who came out to see you that you aren't coming so they don't waste their money. It's maddening. It's mad. It sucks.
Well, it was funny too because
I felt bad for them. I did feel bad for them.
You did text me the day that you got back.
Yeah.
Saying like you were back. Or
whatever. So I don't want to hear.
And I was like, oh, do you want to go for like a run or do some podcast?
Right.
And you're like, I need to vent. Let's run.
It makes me look bad. It makes our booking agent look bad. It makes the con look bad. You're 4 miles away. That's all I'm saying. And had you just said at 8:30 or 9 that you weren't coming, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
I would have been totally fine with it.
Well, you wouldn't be totally fine with it.
No, I would have.
You've been like mildly upset, but not fuming.
I was, it's not unexpected behavior. That's all I'm saying. Yes. Well, all right. So Saturday, no contact. Sunday, no contact. Monday, I get all these texts. Have you heard from Brian? Is he okay? Is he okay? Like, I don't know. He's not texting me back. You have his number? Ask him. Nothing. So this is where people start worrying. Like Tuesday rolls around, nothing. This is where I'm waiting for the phone call. Where it's like,
come identify the body?
Yes, exactly. Can you come down the Orlando morgue? I'm like, yeah, I'd be like, can you text me a photo? Do I have to come down? Yeah. But I mean, the rationale is something bad had happened. Like we probably would have heard about it from somebody.
Somebody.
Yeah. So apparently he's okay. I haven't heard from him.
Well,
I have no idea.
I guess you will see him on Wednesday.
I'm just. Yeah. I just if you're a Tom Steve Dave fan and you can't make it up here to New Jersey, you probably won't be seeing him at a future con. We'll put it that way. Well, I mean, he had mentioned that he didn't want to do them anymore, which is fine. But if you don't want to go, don't ask to go, right? Correct?
I agree with you.
Yeah. All right. Anyways. I did hear the word blacklist get thrown around as well. So, and he wouldn't be the first. We'll put it that way. There have been other
blacklisted celebrities?
Yes.
Like who?
I imagine that dude from Buffy, Nicholas Brennan, I believe his name is. Yeah, I believe he's been blacklisted from a few because he keeps getting arrested. He keeps getting drunk at these cons and getting arrested.
Good for him.
Yeah. No, he's in rehab now, but yeah.
Good
you imagine like Brian's in the same class as Nicholas Brennan? Like look it up if you were listening, or if you get bored, look up Nicholas. I didn't watch Buffy. Do you know his character name?
Xander.
Yeah, he plays Xander.
Yeah.
Yeah, he keeps like it was every con he would get like drunk and disorderly and
I was
get
gonna
arrested.
say he was at I was at a con a few years ago and he was there.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I don't. Yeah, I'll see. I just have to. I don't even care anymore. I don't. Just don't go expect any more favors. That's all. And lest you think. I know, if you listen to Tom Steve Dave, there's one perception of me where, I'm some kind of idiot and I ruin everything or whatever, but I've helped those guys out.
You're like, fuck no!
I've helped those guys out more times than you know. Just put it that way. Those, you've seen how many recordings they lost before they got that Zoom recorder.
Yeah.
Where, I'm just saying. I've saved their asses a couple times. So, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, I'm done. I'm done with the favors. I can't do it anymore. It just makes my head hurt. I got my own shit to worry about, like this podcast.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
on the, can we be more positive now?
We can.
All right.
We've been running.
Yes, we have.
We have.
So you hadn't been running,
No, I hadn't been.
and then all of a sudden you start running again, which is good because when you run, I run because
Yes.
it's, you know.
Well, because, okay, so I like running with people more. It was funny because when I started running, I always ran by myself. When I run in Sayreville, generally, now I run by myself, and I don't really like it too much. But I used to have a really great running partner, this kid Chris, and I also had another running partner, this guy who worked at a Starbucks by my house, Sean. And both of them, I mean, Chris, he didn't really want to be a runner. He was training for like some kind of obstacle race.
Right.
And I was training for a marathon, and I saw him running one day, and I was just like, let's run together. And he was such a good sport about it, though, because I would just like call him and be like, hey, want to go on like a 10-mile run? And he'd be like, okay. You know, and
that's how it's kind of like me and you now.
And I mean, Sean was really great because he actually kind of pushed me a little bit. I was always a little faster than him, but he kind of really pushed me in distance. So I would go get my coffee, and he'd be like, oh, I ran 7 miles today. What did you do? And I'd be like, oh, 5. You know, so he kind of pushed me a little bit more, but then he kind of fell off. I know that he did start running again eventually, but I think he just moved to Philadelphia, so, you know, and I'm down here in Eatontown, so kind of really hard to run with him.
It is.
And, you know, it's funny, too, because people I know are like, oh, you know, I hate running with people, but I always kind of find that it drives me a little more.
You don't have to run with them. It's fun to start out with them because it gets your ass out of bed.
Exactly, and it's like I know that if I start running next to you and we have a little conversation,
we start
it'll
out.
keep me going because I hate morning running.
Yeah, it's not. I like it more. I can run anytime.
I was say I generally like running in the day when I have a little more energy flowing in me when I've built it up.
I don't love the heat, so.
Well, yeah. But I kind of went from running nothing to running everything.
Yeah, I noticed that. You're good at that.
Yeah.
You're a 0 to 60 and like kind of person.
Yeah, and I kind of I mean I said too when I trained for my first marathon, and then I mean my second one kind of followed right after it. Like 7 or 10 miles was always like my standard run. So whereas most people they go for like a 1 mile run or a 3 mile run, my like basic run was like I'm going to be gone for 7 miles, and then I come back. 10 miles if I have the time. So I'm finally at the point where I could do that again.
Right.
So like 7
you're
miles,
doing good, man.
Yeah, it you know I'm kind of enjoying it.
That's good. I just thought it was like literally one day. It's like, hey, I'm back. I'm like, really? Like, all right,
it was just
let's
like,
go.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, and I just kind of, you know, I last probably like a year or so, I just run in dribs and drabs, like nothing consistent. So yeah, you're getting me back too, which is good.
Yeah. So I decided that I was gonna start training for marathon number 3.
Yes, which is
Atlantic City.
All right, I've marked my calendar.
October 18th.
I'll do it with you.
Yep.
I'll do it with you.
And yeah, so
let's go.
And I said today actually, I was the other day you and I ran 7 miles on the boardwalk.
We did.
And then today I ran 7 miles in the woods, which is like exponentially harder than running 7 miles.
Yeah,
on
there
the
are
boardwalk.
uphills and downhills and slidey rocks and roots and shit.
Exactly, and it was funny. I mean, you've seen the trails that I run now, some of them.
I have.
And they were the first trails I ever ran.
Yeah.
You know that hill was the first hill I ever ran, and so when people are talking about like trail running, I'm always thinking like, oh, my trails are so easy. And it occurred to me the other day when we were running Thompson Park, which is a straight trail, no elevation really.
Right, another local park.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was nothing. Totally
like,
flat.
It kind of occurred to me like that's actually an easy trail, and what I run is actually kind of challenging.
Right.
I run bike routes.
Yeah, you do mountain bike routes.
Yes.
Yeah, which are like up and down. You know, they're steep.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I made a joke to you when we were running that it was about to go vertical.
And it did.
It did.
Thanks.
Like it's
Thanks
like
for the heads up.
It's
Thanks
like
for the heads up,
run.
Sam Q. Yeah.
So it was funny too because I don't actually I'm looking for a new place to do trail running that challenges me, but I don't necessarily think I think I've already reached the plateau on
Yeah, your next challenge is like Boulder, Colorado.
Exactly. You know, because I'm pretty much running at points vertical. You know, there have been times when it's been steep enough that I have to use my hand to climb.
Right.
So
it's fun.
Yeah.
Although it's not. I don't know. I feel like I'm slowing down. I think I'm drinking too much beer. It's bad. No, I'm serious. It's really bad.
I'm drinking. I'm actually getting really dehydrated.
It's really
lately.
bad.
So I've stopped drinking coffee.
I can't stop that, but the beer is like, I think it's like making me fat. It's really bad.
Well, I will tell you, you do you do hold your own on the trails with me.
I do, which I'm proud of, and we ran a 5K, a local 5K a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I was only like a minute behind you.
Yeah, and I mean, I kind of took off though. Like I even said, like in my head, I was like, man, I'm gonna run with Ming the whole time.
No, never do that.
And I just kind of like, it was like, you know, one day I was running, not running. The next day I was running. You know, like 1 minute I was like, I'm gonna hang out with Ming Chen, and then the next minute I was like, fuck this noise. I'm gonna book it, and I was gone.
Yeah, you were a little dot in the horizon.
Yep.
Which don't slow down on economy. That's probably the worst feeling.
Well, I mean, I will say you do definitely hold your own on the trails, and
not bad for. I mean,
you haven't fallen and broken anything
I'm
yet.
I'm quite a bit older than you. We'll
Exactly.
just put it that way.
And you haven't fallen yet.
And I'm not doing bad. So
no, it's now. What do you like better, trail running, my trails?
I do like the trails for two reasons. Shade, you get a lot of shade. Like again,
So it was like 5 degrees cooler.
I don't like the heat, and it's fun.
I feel like I energize my like core a little bit more when I'm like going up and down,
good.
and when I'm trying to slow myself down going down the rocks.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's
feel
definitely
like
a challenge. It's definitely an extra added element. Yes.
But I do have to have my mind in it. So a few weeks ago, I went for a run at my apartment on flat ground. And I twisted my ankle, and I fell.
Oh, yeah, you gashed a nice little hole in your palm.
Yep, I had a hole in my palm. I shattered my phone, which I run with.
Oh, no!
And
did you really?
I did. I got the screen fixed the next day.
Oh, nice, okay.
I can't live without this thing.
Right, sure.
It was funny, too, because it's more so that I have to run with it, because my music's on there, my little app that I track myself is on there. Like it's like all my statistics.
Have you ever heard of like an armband or something?
Yeah, I try and run with those. They're just annoying. I'm like the kind of like anal retentive OCD runner that like I always like to know what mile I'm at.
Sure.
And I always like to, you know, like in my head I'm like, oh, if I'm running where I could see ahead of me, I'm like, I'll hit like a quarter mile at that mailbox.
No, I need to know that too. Like, why run if you don't know how far you've gone?
Exactly.
How far you're going. No, I understand that.
But I fell. I twisted my ankle. I went to make a left, and this is on a like pavement.
Right.
I was in a parking lot. I went to make a left. I don't know.
Went to make
happened.
a left. Your ass went right. And
and I fell. I scraped, bruised my whole left thigh. I had a hole in my hand that was like bleeding. My cell phone was obliterated, and my ankle was twisted.
Yeah. Was your music still going?
It was.
Oh, okay.
It was. The phone worked.
All right.
And I got it fixed the next day.
Good job, Steve Jobs.
Yeah, like awesome. Thanks, Spotify.
Yeah.
The soundtrack for my failure. It was funny too because when I fell, I
fitting.
There was a girl like 2 cars behind me. I don't know if she saw me fall, but like I didn't even check. Like I kind of scampered away because I was so embarrassed. Like I fell while running on no rocks. I mean, like I run very difficult trails. I fell in a parking lot.
Right.
But it's amazing how even just going back out there to run, and I was kind of off my feet for 3 or 4 days until it like finally got the best of me. I had to go for a 3-mile run. Ironically enough, running felt better than walking.
Okay.
And then about like a week later, I decided I was going to go back to trails, which was kind of an exercise in stupidity. Because,
why is that?
Because my ankle still wasn't 100%. I don't even think it's still 100% now. But when you run those rocks,
it's tough.
And I must have rolled my ankle about 5 or 6 times.
Oh, it's part of the
And shit, did it hurt? Like it was bad.
Even
today, I kind of
feel good.
I kind of rolled it twice and went down. You know, like it was wasn't a solid step. But the next day I ran as well in trails, and my ankle's fine.
Oh, all right.
So it kind of
it comes and goes.
But you know, I did notice you have to really be watching when you're running trails, especially. And if you go into the woods afraid that you're going to fall, that like exponentially brings it up that you're probably going to fall.
Yeah.
You're
so when is this thing? October what? 17th or something like that?
17th and 18th. 17th is like the expo.
Okay.
And then 18th is the run.
All right, let's do it.
So
hope the weather's good.
No cons that weekend.
No, I'm leaving that weekend open.
There you go.
I'm leaving it open. It'll be my possibly 2 marathons this year, but oh shit! If I get,
I was gonna say, where's your other one?
Well, I signed up for the Chicago Marathon Lottery. I don't think I got in though. Somebody mentioned that they picked the people already.
Yeah.
But That would be. I think it would be like 2 weeks before. Ooh, that would be pushing it.
I think, yeah, because theirs is October 5th.
So it's usually the first.
Yeah. October 5th actually is the Sandy Hook half marathon that we were just talking about.
Oh, I'm totally doing that.
Yeah, I figure that's like a good training run.
I'm totally doing that. Yeah, that one's nice and flat.
Yeah.
October 11th. So if I did get in, it'd be the week before.
That's a little ridiculous.
That would be awful. Well, I'm gonna have to check. I do not believe I got in.
I think they would have told you.
Right. But maybe it went into my spam folder.
It's true.
You know, I'm just
Which
saying.
they probably filled your spot already in that case.
I suppose. Oh boy. Okay, back to back would be tough, man.
Yeah. That's a little too much for me. I kind of decided today while I was running 7 miles that if I get to marathon number 5, which this one will be marathon number 3.
Okay.
I kind of want to train and one day maybe do a trail marathon. Right. I honestly don't even know what to expect.
How's it that I've run more than you? I'm on.
You're older than me.
I guess. I think you started before I did, though. When was your first marathon?
Philly, 2012. What year was Sandy? 2012?
2012, yeah.
So it was 2012.
So that was September?
November.
Oh, so I ran my first one at the end of September, right before Sandy, 2012.
You did the Marine Corps.
Yeah, so I started 2 months before you. So,
I also, like, train. Yeah. You're like one of those people that's just like, I'm
let's
going to
just
fly
go.
to San Francisco and I'm just going to do a marathon.
Let's just go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and granted, I did my last 2 I did for the Wayne Foundation, the Kevin's charity, so they got me in.
Let's do Boston.
I'm trying. I don't know if they're doing charity runs this year, so which sucks because I think like Boston was up on the list.
Well, let's do it next year.
Okay, let's do it next year.
I'm all about doing Boston.
Yeah. All right. So come cheer us on if you're anywhere near AC
I was
in
say,
October.
if you're near AC,
we need signs. Mike Zapsik has held up signs for me. There's a local marathon that runs past his house. So he's made signs, which is very nice of him. That's cool.
I told my ex-boyfriend when we were in Philly, I was like, you gotta make a sign so I could always find you.
Yes.
Didn't make a sign.
No sign?
No, but I ended up finding him anyway.
No sign. All right. There's a Twitter user here wanted us to talk about the World Cup.
Oh, yeah.
World Cup soccer.
I did
Aristotle. Whoa, who? Are you guys back? Did you watch the World Cup last night? Our friend Agamemnon. He's changed his name to Aristotle. He's wised up, I guess. Have you wised up, dude?
I guess so.
He's wised up. Anyways.
I did not. I was working.
All right. You love football.
Yes.
Didn't we talk about this? Do you watch Women's World Cup?
I don't.
Did you? Okay.
I really generally don't.
I think it's better. But that's my opinion.
I mean, I feel like it's better to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they take less dives. There's, definitely a level of... I also feel like... And this was the controversy with the Japan versus the UK game, where
is that like a quarterfinal or something?
Japan, it was right before. It was like Japan. They won because Britain, the way she kicked it, the defender, it ended up hitting the post and going in, so it was an own goal. And Japan won in stoppage time on this, and it kind of brought people, questioning like, oh, did Japan really want to win that way? Because pretty much the entire game was
win's a win, man.
Well, that's what I said. I said a win's
care.
a win. Own goals,
in soccer,
own
man.
goals do happen a lot. It's a wide space.
Right.
And goalies kind of fuck up sometimes. Defenders fuck up sometimes.
Sure, who cares?
But I guess
hockey. Do you hear hockey?
Going
you hear
into
hockey
the finals,
crying about that?
Yeah, going into the finals, and I guess the controversy was, after it. I guess the coach, was consoling the girl,
right?
Telling her it's not your fault, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I guess a lot of people saw that and said, if this was the men's match, the coach would have been fucking screaming at that.
Why you gotta bring it up like that?
Are we too gentle on girls? And honestly, and I don't, this isn't a negative thing, but I do agree with that sentiment. If it was the men's World Cup, that guy would have been screamed at on the sidelines,
Sure,
and
but
it's not his fault. It wasn't, and I kind of think that's where it loses me, because I feel like there's more sympathy. Oh, they're girls. Let's be nice to them. No, they're athletes and they want to be treated like athletes.
Right.
If I fucked up and cost my country, I want to be fucking screamed at like the best of them, so I learn my goddamn lesson.
Right.
And it does make me a little mad because a lot of people too are like, oh, like I love watching the World Cup because Carly Lloyd is so hot, and who doesn't want to watch Alex Morgan running around?
I've heard that. It's like, is this because I was at a German beer garden yesterday watching the cup, which is cool if you feel like you're in Europe, like the atmosphere is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But a friend did pose a question. I was like, you know what? No one cared about this 2 weeks ago. Why is everyone caring about it now? I was like, because it's a bunch of hot chicks
Exactly.
kicking the ball around.
And that kind of bothers me about it too. Like when it's the men playing.
It's the same thing.
It's supporting the country.
Sure.
When it's the women playing, it's like, supporting that hot chick. And I don't know, like it bothers me.
Sure.
To a point where like I try not to get involved with it too much.
I'm just there to watch the game and drink beer and eat. I was eating bratwurst and pretzels.
I mean, like I was rooting for America. I had my phone updates on. I was like ridiculously happy when they scored 4 goals in
16 minutes.
16 minutes, like go them.
Right.
But like a lot of it too. I didn't hear much about hat tricks or the goals on my Facebook feed.
Right.
I saw a lot of pictures of like, man, she looks so hot.
Right.
Like
first hat trick in.
She'd be better in short shorts.
First hat trick in World Cup history. Yeah. I heard.
Yeah, and it was just like.
I mean, I'll watch any sport, but yeah. Did I care? Like, did I even care yesterday? No, not yesterday. The day before Saturday, no. But hey.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't.
Is that bad that I
maybe
didn't care?
Maybe it's like the anti-feminist in me. I don't know.
No, that's cool.
But like it just.
No, that's not anti, is it? That you want people to watch because of its competition and not.
I mean, no, that's the feminist in me, but that I don't watch because it's
it's when we the competition.
Whatever.
I mean, you do whatever you want. It's a free country. God bless America.
Yeah, I mean,
USA.
I was happy that they won. One of the girls on the team is from Point Pleasant.
Oh, right on. Local girl.
Carly Lloyd went to Rutgers. So like awesome. A lot of New Jersey pride there. I think like 3 or 4 of the girls are from New Jersey.
Oh, right on.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I mean, like awesome. Like a lot of local pride. A lot of people were proud. So good for them. I just I get way more into the regular World Cup, the men's World Cup.
I'm wondering how many people listening now like actually watch too. It was like the thing to do yesterday.
Yeah,
so it was a cool thing to do yesterday.
Exactly, and everyone was at their bar watching the World Cup. But like, I feel like when it's the men's World Cup, like bars really get into it.
Oh sure.
And I feel like
German bar. Oh man, it was cool.
Yeah,
it was cool.
So no, I was at work. I didn't have to. Choose.
Would you have watched it if you weren't at work? You were? All right.
I would have watched it. I mean, and it was funny too. I actually was really happy. The one woman, Abby Wambach, they showed when she won, her like jumping up and like kissing her wife.
Oh yeah, nice. All right.
It like that picture went like viral instantly, and it kind of reminded me of the sailor and the nurse picture.
Yes.
Kind of like very similar.
Is she the one who's been in like 4 World Cups?
Yeah.
Like this is her last one.
This is her last one, and she went out with a bang. So good for her.
Right on. And
she's an amazing athlete.
Went out with a bang last night apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
She's an amazing athlete. So.
Right on. All right. Cool. I forgot to mention this con I went to wasn't all Walking Dead. They had cast members from Gotham there. I don't know if you've been watching Gotham, but
no. Michael Gaines just said men's soccer is boring as fuck.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I love men's soccer.
I agree with you. I'm more of a I'm more of a hockey. Well, I watch baseball, so I can't.
I was just saying, you watch baseball. That's like
I have no
really
room. I have no room to complain or judge.
It's like really boring.
This kind of cast members from Gotham. Don't know if you've been watching. The guy who plays the Penguin, Robin Lord Taylor, super cool guy.
He seems just weird.
He's like skinny, skin and bones. I thought maybe you'd be into him.
No, he's got kind of like meth face.
No, okay, really cool guy. I just want to say that publicly.
And I mean, obviously, he was there because he was on an episode of The Walking Dead.
Yes, he was. Got his throat slit at Terminus. Sorry, spoilers, but Terminus.
If you ever watched that season, then sorry, you deserve it.
Yeah, and they had cast members from Lost. One of our favorite TV shows.
Yes. And you did get me a gift to give my sister.
I did. When are you going to give it to her? I'm just curious. Like, there's no rush, and I guess apparently you're not happy with her.
No, I'm not happy with her right now.
Okay,
so.
We'll give it to when you are happy with her.
Well, it's funny, too, because I still have to give her a gift for her baby shower. I just haven't given it
to her. Oh, you can re-gift it.
So, well, no, that's, I was
Is that going to be the gift?
No.
It's going to be part of the gift.
It's going to be part of the gift.
Okay,
so I was going to get her. Cool. I told her, I was like, I have this epic gift for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get her, like, a few, like, clothes.
Yes.
And I'm like fold them over it.
Oh, nice.
So when she opens it, she's like, "This is your epic gift. You got me like clothes."
Right. Oh,
and when she
cute
pulls
thing.
them out one by one, it'll reveal itself.
All right. So if you watched Lost, the dude who played Michael was there. The Harold Perrineau. He was Walt's father. Elizabeth Mitchell was there. Who played Juliet. She still looks stunning.
Yeah.
Who else was there? Nestor Carbonell, who played. God, I keep forgetting his name.
Mr. Something.
No, it wasn't. It isn't Mr. Something though.
Oh, Robert. No.
No, Alpert. Richard Alpert. Richard Alpert.
Yeah.
Yes. The
Yeah,
guy
Richard,
who doesn't
yeah.
age. Yes.
Yes. Like kind of weird.
Yeah. Coincidentally, I've met the girl who plays his wife on the show too. Her name is Morelli Taylor.
Huh.
She's married to the dude who's going to be playing Shredder in the new Teen Man. Yeah. Anyways, that's a 6 Degrees thing. And also that Henry Ian Cusick played Desmond.
Which is my sister's favorite character.
Is it because he's a freaking heartthrob? He's like all dreamy and he's got the accent.
Like
and
some sexy accent and like shit.
Is that really?
Yeah.
I mean, he played a cool character. I like this character a lot. Like the whole the constant episode.
Yeah.
Is probably my favorite episode of Lost for sure.
My favorite episode is Charlie's Greatest Hits.
Oh, that's a good one too.
That has him in it, obviously.
Yeah.
Not Penny's boat.
Right. Right. But I think the constant time trap, whatever you want to call it, is amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing writing. Is amazing.
Oh yeah. It's just that's before they kind of wrote themselves into a hole.
Yeah, and this is this is the first time I got to meet him. So I got an autograph for your sister.
Yeah, it says to Tina, Ryan, and Griffin.
Yes, their upcoming child.
Yes, and they'll frame that in their little. I finally realized why everything that they wanted for their baby's room was like green and jungle themed.
Why? Oh, for Lost? The island?
Yeah.
No way.
They have like Dharma pillows in there. Like,
no way.
Like
what are we gonna? Is there oceanic fuselage somewhere on the wall? Like I'm sure you get a fat head of that.
I was to say, so the walls are painted green and everything's like jungle related, and then there's like a stuffed polar bear, obviously. And
no way.
Yeah, and
Are you serious?
They have like Dharma Initiative pillows. So it's just like the Dharma symbol, and then under, you know how they labeled everything, like with the Dharma symbol, and then it would be like cup, Dharma symbol.
Are you serious?
And they have
that's
Dharma Initiative pillows.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I just want to
beat
her over the head. Remember those people we talked about at the beginning of the show that get really into their shows?
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly, that's my sister.
Really? Yeah. This is for your sister.
It's a good song.
It actually is a good song.
It's not bad.
I mean, there's like 2 lyrics.
That's it.
3 lyrics. There's 3 words.
There is some verse to it.
Oh, there is. It's actually not that good. All right.
Yeah, no, it's not. Although I did have a Drive Shaft shirt.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
There's a logo? There's a Drive Shaft logo?
It was like a T-Fury shirt. It was like a British flag.
Okay,
a Drive Shaft. And...
All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wow. So I did go up to him like, hey man, I introduced myself I think earlier in the day and like, hey man, this is for a friend of mine. You're gonna think this is crazy. They had a Lost theme wedding. Blah blah. He's like, yeah, great.
He's like, yeah.
No, he was very nice. He's very I mean, I'm sure he's heard it all before.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
It would have been weirder had you been asking and the kid's name was actually Desmond, like they were going with.
Right.
That would have been a little weird. So I'm glad like she saved me from the embarrassment of having that, and they went with Griffin. But...
Yeah, and he had I think so here's the funny part. When I go to a con, I pack. I think I have 12 different photos of me and the other guys.
Yeah.
So give people a selection. He had like 3 to choose from. And I'm like, wow, like maybe I'm going about this all wrong.
Yeah, well, he had a good one.
So I picked the one I thought was best.
Sexy.
Where it's like his smoldering, like
he's like wearing a leather jacket.
He's just like looking like his
hair. He's gonna be hanging on like a baby's wall.
Yeah, and is it really they're gonna put it in the room?
I assume they're gonna frame it.
For me, like it's it's like it took it's like a little thing. Like I think it's cool. Like it's gonna make your sister so happy.
Oh yeah.
Like it's just crazy. I think that's cool.
I told her, I was like, I got like the best gift for you. I win Aunt of the Year award like completely. She's like, well, what is it? And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna text it to you.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you in person. And I am actually gonna be home on Friday, so I'll probably stop by the house and give it to her.
All right, I want to know what happens. I'm just curious.
But yeah, no, she's
apparently when we sign stuff. Like I'm like, there's to me it's just like, oh, you're doing they kind of like the show.
Yeah.
But I'm like, am I making anyone this happy? But with my and apparently it's to some people, sure.
To some people, yeah.
It's an odd concept to me though.
It's like it's odd to me, I guess, too, because I'm not that person. Like if I'm
not that guy either, though.
If I'm at a con and they say like, "Oh my God, Matt Smith is walking around,"
right?
I don't look for him.
Right.
Like I don't care. Like I don't want to meet Matt Smith. I want to meet Doctor Who.
Ah, okay. You want to meet the
guy.
character. You want to meet the character.
Yeah, like I want to meet the real guy. I don't care about the actor that's playing a
part.
part.
See, that's what's great about me. I am me.
You are.
I'm not playing a part. You want to meet Ming Chen?
That's true.
Ming Chen. I'm right
that's
here.
Like a reality thing.
Yeah, the Ming Chen that actually showed up. Yeah, came up, showed up to play.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So that was cool. And then later on, the next day, him and Nestor were about to leave.
I was to say, I saw your picture with.
They're right about to leave. I'm like, well, hey, hold on. Can we just get one photo before you leave? Now,
he looked like a friendly guy too. Like
yeah.
It looked like you were having fun in the picture.
Yeah,
so I was like, it's not like that, like stiff face.
Right.
Like I'm just smiling for a picture.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, sure, brother. No, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. But they leaned in right before they left. So that was very nice of them. And I'm a fanboy, of course. I'm like, during that, I'm like, holy shit.
I mean, like Lost was an interesting enough show.
I think there was a Lost panel, and the one
I still don't even know what happened.
Oh yeah, I mean, but the one big thing that came, they had it was I forgot Mira Furlan is there who played Rousseau.
Yeah.
But I think the one big thing that came out of they had a whole big group panel, and the one big thing that came out of it was, had it not been for a show like Lost, which was so innovative and obviously attracted an audience, there probably wouldn't be a Walking Dead TV show.
That's true.
The suits would have been like, this isn't gonna work. No one's gonna watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still
definitely
waiting.
innovated for sure.
I'm still waiting, and obviously, I mean, my problem with Walking Dead is I have a lot of them. I'm still waiting, and that's not to say, like, I remember watching Lost. I did it all in 1 month.
All 6 seasons?
All 6 seasons.
Wow, man.
We binge watched it because I mean, I said,
holy crap!
I've told this story before. Like, I wanted to see the ending.
Yeah.
I never watched it because I don't get in on things that are like big on hype. But I wanted to like watch the last episode to see if it was like as fucking crazy as everyone said it was. Like I wanted to see how it ended. And then it occurred to me that like I had to watch all 6 seasons, otherwise I wouldn't understand.
And start from the beginning.
Yeah, otherwise I wouldn't understand.
That would have been messed up, man, when you're like watching the last episode.
Yeah, like I wouldn't have understood what happened. And joke's on me because I watched all 6 seasons and I still didn't fucking understand what happened. But like, and that's not to say that like when that show was going on, I wasn't completely like, what the fuck? But it was compressed. So, like, I didn't have, like, weeks and months to think about the things I hated.
Oh, that's good. Okay, yeah.
I just watched it, and that was it.
Well, I like how they finally admitted, like, listen, we were just making shit up.
Yeah.
Which I expected all along, which I didn't care, though.
Yeah.
I didn't care.
I mean, somehow they always got themselves out of a predicament.
I didn't care. Yeah.
I'm still waiting for that next show that's Lost-esque, that has that kind of...
coming. It'll probably be on Netflix, and you will be able to watch it all in one shot.
I really thought it was The River, as I talk about the show all the time, but...
I just found out like some dude I met and is on that show.
What, The River?
Yeah, was it my buddy Richard Harmon who was on the 100 now? It might be. I'm gonna look it up. But anyways, thank you Walker Stalker for being awesome to me, as always. Thank you for allowing me to have these experiences. And for me, you go to a con, they flew me down, put me up in a very nice hotel room with this awesome pool, and afforded me the opportunity to bring my family down.
Yeah. I
got to spend time with them after the con, and we were able to use the hotel room. The kids loved the pool. We were able to it helped bring us together. Even though I was at a con, my family could finally join me. School was out. My wife wasn't teaching anymore. It was it was pretty. It was if nothing that if nothing that thank you for that, for sure.
So what else happened this, well, we did lose somebody.
Oh, we did, yes.
I lost somebody, should I say, because I don't think most people cared about this guy's death.
No, well, I here's the thing. If people knew who he was, they would care.
Well, I was going to say it's funny because, when somebody like Robin Williams dies, it's everybody's post on Facebook.
Yes.
When somebody like James Horner dies, it's nobody's post on Facebook.
Yes, and that's what we were talking about. We're talking about James Horner.
So for those of you who don't know James Horner, I'm into scores and he's a composer. I learned about.
I mean, you would know him if you heard him, which he's done. Let's go down the list. Titanic.
Yeah, I mean that's what he's
That's the
pretty
big
much
one.
the most famous for. Titanic. He did Braveheart.
Aliens.
He did Avatar.
Yeah. He's worked with James Cameron extensively.
Yeah. So I really feel bad for whoever James Cameron's next movie. Like it's just.
Avatar 2, right?
Avatar 2. Actually, me and Michael Gaines were just talking about who we think they're gonna replace him with. It would obviously have to be somebody who had a similar style, James Newton Howard. Or,
Yeah. Oh, my friend Jose Pablo Cantillo. He played Martinez in Walking Dead. The guy who gets hit over the head with a golf club.
Yeah.
And pushed in the zombie pit. He plays Manny. He was only in 2 episodes, but.
I think I remember him. He was one of the camera guys.
He might have been. I haven't watched The River. I'm gonna ask him about that next time.
Yeah. Tell him you have a friend who really just
it's Jose.
holding on to it.
Yeah. Sorry to digress, but
I was sitting in bed and I got a message on my Twitter account from Michael Gaines with just the words James Horner died. Now James Horner's 61 years old. I mean John Williams is by far older than him. He apparently was out flying his plane, and it crashed and he died.
Yes, I mean I hate to sound bad, but John Denver.
Yeah.
Actually a number of. I kind of wish that people we care about would stop flying
planes.
Experimental aircraft.
Yeah, and it was such, like, I don't know if I was more upset with him for being so stupid, but, he was just out doing, and I mean, his assistant said he was out doing what he loved.
Right, I can't fault him for that, it just sucks.
No, and, but he was 61 years old, he still had a lot of good scores left in him, and, usually I don't get really upset when celebrities die, few and far between.
Yeah, but you're big.
Yeah, I was gonna say I definitely
big into movie scores. You love composers.
I definitely cried when Ray Bradbury died. I definitely cried when Robin Williams died, and I definitely cried when James Horner died.
Yeah. Do you think they played this at his funeral?
I was actually wondering if they played any of his songs
that would be
at
awesome.
his funeral. I was listening to them all today.
I want this at my funeral, but it would be very inappropriate because I'm not Scottish.
Well, I have a song to play at my funeral.
Which one?
It's by Bear McCreary.
Oh, okay.
It's called So Much Life.
All right. That would be. I mean, if I went out with this, or if he went out with this, I think that'd be.
I wonder if he was just cruising his plane, listening to himself.
No, I doubt that. But at the funeral,
man, yeah.
Do you think they set a funeral pyre?
And burned him alive, probably.
No, he's dead. He crashed.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying.
How?
Burn the casket.
It would be. I mean, I don't. The man's dead, but it would. I'd be like, you know what?
I mean,
I'm going out with this.
They probably would have had.
Do you think they probably did a medley?
Yeah.
This is from. They stole this he stole this for Titanic.
Well, see, here's the thing with James Horner, which kind of made it really, really shitty.
Okay.
James Horner. Definitely not my favorite composer. Probably top 5, but
I'll go top 10.
Yeah, definitely.
He cribbed him from himself a lot.
He was the first composer that I kind of realized reused music.
Yeah.
I remember the conversation. I was sitting there with my ex-boyfriend Eric, who was into film scores, and I was watching Troy the other day, and Enemy at the Gates.
This is Titanic.
Well, I was watching Troy and Enemy at the Gates, and what was the other one? Troy, Enemy at the Gates, and Zorro, The Legend of Zorro. And I said, and they all have the same kind of trumpet theme in them.
Yes.
And I was like, so what's that about? And I guess in my head, I hadn't realized there are actually people who do the music.
Oh, right, okay.
And he told me, he's like, well, most composers use their work over and over again. So I kind of started researching this little note motif, and it was all James Horner. And today I was actually having a conversation about it, and we picked up 4 or 5 more movies that he uses it in.
Right.
And to me, I remember sitting in the theater watching Avatar, knowing that James Horner scored it, and thinking, I want to hear that 4-note motif. And
in every movie that he's stolen
I'm not going to be
from.
Happy until I hear it.
Right.
And luckily, he gave it to me within the first 5 minutes of the film, so I didn't have to worry about it.
Oh, nice. All right.
But he was the first composer that kind of I realized was a composer.
Right. Now, not to put him down, a lot of composers take their own.
Oh, yeah.
Even John Williams does it.
Well, I mean, and you could tell, obviously, this was his signature. So people criticized him. I was watching YouTube videos of it today, and they were like, oh, this man copies off himself. Isn't he original enough to come up with new stuff? And I'm thinking, no, that's just his signature. That's what he does to mark his territory.
Yes.
And you know, the idea that like when I'm watching Avatar 2, like that's probably not going to be in there.
Maybe they'll throw it in as an
Yeah,
homage.
like, yeah, I hope. But like the idea, like I got a little misty eyed thinking like I'm never gonna hear that in a new score ever again. And it's, you know, I mean it's like
Do you have a favorite?
of his?
Yes.
Bicentennial Man.
Really?
Yep.
Hmm.
The Gift of Mortality.
Oh, okay.
I know the song too. I love Legends of the Fall as well.
Right. I think his Aliens is pretty brilliant.
Yeah.
I bought the, not God, why am I admitting this? Not only did I buy the Titanic soundtrack, they did one like a year
Most
later.
people did.
They did it a year later called Back to Titanic,
Yep,
which is like it
most-
wasn't even stuff that was in the movie. It was like inspired.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think I was at Tower Records one day and I was like I didn't want to leave empty-handed,
I will tell you
so
this.
I bought that.
He didn't score it. Hold on. But my favorite, I just gotta get to the song. My favorite song in Titanic. I just gotta get there. Hang on.
All right. God, if they played the Braveheart theme at his
I
funeral,
mean, he didn't score it. It was in the movie.
or this, if they played this at his funeral, like I would love to go out with this.
Okay, so like I said, he didn't score it, but I would have loved if this was playing at his
All right,
wedding.
I'm gonna pause this here. If you let me know when you got it, or else I'm just gonna roll this.
Here. That's not it. Hold on,
All
hold
right, I'm
on,
holding.
hold on.
I'm
I gotta
holding.
get to the right one.
Yeah, if they just did this, be pretty
on.
awesome. All right, are you ready? Near my God to thee.
Near my God to thee. That's what they play on the ship is singing.
Yes, I know that. You want this at your funeral?
No, this isn't my funeral song. I'll play you my funeral song.
Okay.
But I like almost hope, like I said, he didn't score this, but it was in the movie.
Right.
I kind of almost hope this was at his funeral.
No, man, that's too like.
That's a little sad.
No, man, you
It's
play
a little
the
decrepit.
Braveheart end credits though. That's kind of badass. That's kind of badass. So.
I will.
So yeah, it sucks. How old did you say he was? He's in his like
61.
60s. Yeah, so he had a long. He
He
probably
had
another.
a very long.
He probably had another 20 years.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
And I mean, Michael Gaines did say it. He was very. He was like more in the '90s scores, kind of before Zimmer became popular.
Sure.
Definitely before most of the people we listen
Sure.
to now. And you know, Michael Gaines. Oh, I was looking for a song. Michael Gaines did bring up to me. He goes, you know, Williams is the last one left.
Oh,
And
that
I-
like cruel.
And I said, you know what? In some odd way, it's almost kind of fitting because Williams was kind of the most iconic out of all of them.
Yeah. Oh, here's another one. He did Star Trek 2, Wrath of Khan.
Yeah, if you go to Surprise Attack,
Yes.
second song,
Okay.
that's the note motive.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
there
it.
it is.
Um,
Also in Titanic. And Aliens too. Yeah, it's an Aliens, definite for sure.
hold on, my
Khan. Yeah, there it is. That 4 notes. That's pretty funny.
hang on.
That's
a
pretty
second.
funny.
Okay, so this is my
Your funeral song? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know like what I want done with it. Like if I want my ashes spread to it, because I'm being cremated.
Yeah, me too, probably.
Like, and where I'd spread my ashes, I don't really know. I don't think
Right.
I've really found a place that I love enough to
Okay.
spread my ashes.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I don't know where I would do it either. Well, me and Mike did discuss, I don't know why we were talking about this. 'Cause I think his dad got cremated. We're like, well, what about you? Like, would you, like, are you going to have your ashes spread in the store? He was like, no, like, Walt would vacuum that shit up, like, right away.
And
Like, what are
dump it
you
in the
doing?
dumpster in the back.
Yeah, like a dustpan.
See, like, I always said, like, I'd love, like, my ashes to go into the ocean.
Yeah.
But then I kind of realized, like, I hate the ocean.
You do,
I
you hate
going
water.
in it. So why would I put my ashes in
Yeah.
the ocean? Like, I guess ideally, I'm a trail runner. I'd love if they were spread on a trail, but, like, I don't want my ashes to live at Hartshorn.
Right.
Like, I
right.
guess I haven't found the place that I love enough. But
Good point.
and if I wanted like a group of people listening to this,
Right.
or if I wanted like my husband or my best friend
Yeah.
to do this,
Good point.
it's something I've actually kind of thought like
Excellent point, my friend.
ridiculous amount about. Does anybody
Excellent.
else do that? Do you guys like
Pick out your funeral songs?
Yeah, like, do you pick out your funeral? I mean,
I normally.
To be fair, when I walk down the aisle, I'm pretty sure everyone knows I'm going to walk down the aisle to a score.
Oh yeah.
But ironically enough, I know my death song. I don't know my wedding song yet.
Oh well, you have plenty of time to figure that out, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, but you would think that like I would pick like a happy song.
Sure.
No, I know my fucking death song before I know.
That's fine. That just it says a lot about you.
Yeah, it really does.
But that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Worst case scenario all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So how was your 4th? 4th of July.
It was good. I only wanted to go see fireworks. That's like,
and you did.
I did
multiple times.
I saw them the week before 4th of July in Sayreville because like Sayreville gets.
Why are they doing it a week before?
I have no idea. Sayreville gets down doing their 4th of July fireworks.
That makes no sense
June.
whatsoever.
Yeah, they did June 28th.
It makes 0 sense.
And then on the 3rd, we rode our bikes to Seabright, and from Rumson.
Right, Ocean. You saw on. Did they launch from a barge or?
No, they did
the
it
beach?
from Chapel Beach Club, and they didn't really publicize that they were doing it because it's really just like the beach club doing it.
Right.
But so it was not crowded.
Cool. It's cool seeing them over the water. We're very lucky we get to do that here on the Jersey Shore.
So it was not crowded, and we were able to just ride our bikes there.
Yeah.
So, you know. And then on the 4th, we went to Long Branch.
Yes, we actually we went.
Well, it was funny because we went to Long Branch. We got there like 2 hours early. We walked to the little shops that we saw them setting up in the morning, and then we walked over to the liquor store and we got those little portable wine glasses.
What are those?
You've never seen them?
No.
Oh shit, these things are amazing.
Are they filled?
So it's a wine glass.
Okay.
It's about like 6 inches,
right.
and it's shaped like a glass. It's filled with wine, but then there's like a cylinder.
Okay.
So you could like balance it on anything.
Oh, okay.
And then you drink the wine, and we bought like a little 4-pack of those little bottles.
Right.
And then we just refilled. Yeah, we just refilled.
And there's a lid too, right? There's a screw on
so you
lid.
Screw it on.
Okay.
So we just we drank some wine and we
sat on the beach and watched the fireworks.
Yeah, and then as I was leaving, oh my god, I run into Ming Chen, 30 feet behind me.
Yeah. Now, just to clarify for the audience here, was I or was I not with my family?
You were. I have some questions about that though.
Okay, ask away.
My first question is, if you knew I was going to be at the Long Branch fireworks...
I didn't, though. I didn't know.
I told you in the morning!
Did you? Well, I must have thought maybe you were going to be by, like, farther down south, so I didn't even...
Fair enough. So we were literally watching
where everybody else was.
30 feet away from each other.
Probably, maybe even closer.
Yeah. So I walked over to you, and one of your children was naked.
Wasn't naked. They were by the ocean. They were playing around in the water.
Naked?
They were naked. He wasn't naked.
He was wearing no pants.
He was wearing pants.
I saw his little butt.
That wasn't my kid.
Well, I saw somebody's ass.
I don't think you didn't let. Maybe he had gotten wet though. Maybe my wife changed him.
I didn't. All I know is I said hi to you. I looked at your family.
Are you sure it was my kid?
There was a child's ass.
Are you sure it's my kid? Do you even know what my? Could you even pick him out of a lineup?
He's Asian.
He's half Asian.
He looks like really Asian though.
He looks a little Asian, yeah.
No, he looks all
well,
Asian.
If he was bottomless, as you say, he had gotten wet. Perhaps I didn't think my wife brought a change of clothes for him. Though.
Yeah, well, I saw ass.
All right, well, enjoy it then.
It was child's ass.
Oh, okay. Well, don't enjoy it.
I looked over. I was like,
Well, he'd been splashing around in the ocean. That's my only explanation.
So what time did you get there?
I wasn't. What time did it get dark? 9. They started.
Yeah. No, they started at about 9:30.
So I had picked that location because we have friends who live down the street, and everyone's going there, so we were able to park at their place and walk over. So I got there like 8:30.
See, that's like when we got there.
Oh, so what was dark? And I didn't. You were last.
I'm like wondering if I passed you on the way in.
You may have.
Yeah, and just didn't see you.
Well, I wasn't. When you say you were going to that part of town, I'm assuming you were where everybody else is.
Oh no, we were. That's always.
Well, that was cool though.
That's where I watched them with that guy that we don't talk about.
Oh, okay. Oh,
like
right.
Same locale.
Oh,
actually.
right. Voldemort. Voldemort. All right.
Weird.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was funny. You're like, yeah, man, we had a great time. We'll go home and have sex with my boyfriend. You were basically screaming in front of my children.
Well, your child was naked, running around.
Right.
For all I know, he was getting busy with some other child.
No, stop. That's awful. But
I know your kid was naked, running around the beach.
That's awful. But my kid's friend's brother heard it. He was just laughing. He's like, a friend of yours? I'm like, yeah, we podcast together.
Yeah.
And then we were just laughing. He was like, must be nice to be young.
It was funny.
Yeah.
We actually didn't even go home and have sex.
Oh.
We
Did it right there? Nice. Well, all right. God bless America. USA. USA.
That day we bought Lego Marvel.
The
video
game?
Yeah, and Lego Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
So we went home. We played Lego.
Lego,
Marvel.
like 2-player Lego Marvel. Lego Marvel is awesome.
Hell yeah! So we were like totally old and chose video games over sex
That's cool.
that night.
You would have loved Legoland. That's all I'm saying.
No, I love all those games.
You would have loved Legoland. Well, it was nice running into you.
Yeah, I was like laughing, so I was like, man, like Ming was like 20 feet behind. We could have all had like a little
powwow.
Little powwow.
Yeah, and so you didn't go and set off illegal fireworks because that's what we did after.
We did not.
The guy, aforementioned guy, that was laughing at you. He had bought a cache of illegal fireworks from like South Carolina.
Yeah.
On his travels, so we bottle rockets, and mortars.
Yeah.
All kinds of crazy shit. It was great.
I actually think.
I love, hey man, you would like fireworks? Thank my peoples, man. Thank my people.
I actually think that night, was it that night or the night before? I think it was that night. When we first got in, I was like changing in the bathroom and I heard some woman yelling. Yeah, because it had to be because it was right around the time we got home.
Okay.
And it was, it's like screaming. This black woman screaming on the phone.
Screaming?
Outside our apartment. She goes, where the fuck are you? Wait, screaming. I'm like talking like everyone in the complex heard her. She just kept screaming like, where the fuck are you? You're a fucking asshole. If you're not home by 11 o'clock, your fucking shit's out on the doorstep.
Is that a neighbor of yours?
Somewhere in my complex.
Okay.
But she was right outside my window yelling.
Okay.
And I looked at my clock and it was like 10:55. I was like, ooh, he doesn't have much time.
Yeah, he's toast.
He's fucked.
He's toast.
And she, like, literally screaming. All I heard was the F word over and over.
Right.
And I'm, like, listening. I'm like, ironically, my neighbors have nothing to say about that.
Yeah.
Not one complaint from downstairs.
So did you see her throwing shit out?
No, she, like, walked, like, the way my bedroom is, it's on the side of the apartment. And she walked down the walkway, and I couldn't see past the other building. And I was just like, I wonder where she lives.
I know.
I told Alex, I was like, we should go outside and watch. Because I don't want to be part of this.
Right.
I was like,
oh, yeah. Neighbor drama, always good.
oh, yeah.
Always good.
When it's not my own.
No, exactly.
But yeah, she was screaming.
That's hilarious.
Somebody was in the doghouse.
That's. I mean, that's funny if you're not trying to sleep.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
We were changing clothes and getting ready to play.
Lego games?
Yeah.
Actually, I just bought a Lego game myself, Lego Jurassic World.
I want to play that. Which one do you have? You have a PS4.
I don't. Wait, no, I think Xbox. I think my kid
Xbox
bought
360 or Xbox
Yeah,
One?
360.
Ooh, when you're done with it, can I borrow it?
I don't know if we downloaded it or not.
Oh, you downloaded it.
May have downloaded it. But speaking, we went to see Jurassic World, like, what was that, 2 weeks ago?
We did! Yeah.
Yeah, now I had to laugh because, it's a dinosaur movie. It's not based in reality. And yet, you jumped at everything.
Oh, yeah,
You were any tense moment, you're like, oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm, like, totally afraid of dinosaurs.
You were a wuss.
Hell
it was
yeah.
great. It was funny.
Like, you should have seen me
You
when
were
I watched
seriously
the first
pissing
one.
you were seriously pissing your pants.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
I thought the movie was a little unrealistic.
It's a dinosaur movie. Of course it's unrealistic.
No, that part was realistic to me. I thought, like, the part with Chris Pratt and the motorcycle.
It's a freaking dinosaur movie. Of course it's unrealistic.
Unrealistic.
Okay, you had to. I mean, if you can't, if you're not suspending your disbelief right in the beginning, where they're genetically cloning dinosaurs
made sense to me,
from
though.
DNA that they take out of mosquitoes trapped in amber.
That made sense to me, though. It was like, it was just, it was two things about the scene.
They're able to raise them in captivity and then open a park.
So like, okay. The scene toward the end of the movie with him on the motorcycle.
Sure.
And
yes.
I'm trying not to spoil this for people who haven't seen it.
No, Chris Pratt's on a motorcycle. He's driving in the dark.
He trains fucking raptors, okay? Like, I'm just gonna throw that out there. He trains raptors. That's not even possible, but... So he's
you don't know that.
He's on a motorcycle. These raptors are, like, running
in the dark, and it's not paved, and he's going through Isla Nublar, which is the Costa Rican jungle.
How is his motorcycle getting through that thick forest?
It's Chris Pratt. Who cares?
That was my first thing. Like, I was
got big knobby tires. Who cares?
I was like really picking up on that, and like really training raptors. Like, no, He has like set up a little headsets.
Why
Like,
can't you train rabbits? You can train dolphins. You can train lions. You can train the most dangerous beasts.
Have you ever heard of a person training a raptor?
No, but raptors don't exist. So I mean, you can train
They're
beasts.
like vicious animals.
They're intelligent. You can train intelligent animals. We have proven that in real life.
Okay, well, there's no way his motorcycle would have been getting through that forest.
Okay, agree, but who cares? I don't care.
Just saying.
I don't care. And the Millennium Falcon didn't make the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs? Yeah, right.
I was actually reading...
what a hunk of junk.
Like who cares? Most people's criticism of the movie was Bryce Dallas Howard. She was wearing heels the entire time.
No, I appreciated that, by the way.
Well, it's funny, too, because that to me made sense, because who the fuck is going to run through the forest barefoot?
Right. Yeah,
I would have ripped the heels off so they were more of like a flat shoe.
You're still...
the point still comes up.
The angle, it's still a weird angle. Don't,
whatever. Every point in the scene, I expected her to be putting on a pair of boots or something. Right.
No, I appreciated her.
To me, where the hell is she getting these boots?
Right. I appreciated her agility, her skill.
So, apparently, I guess they gave her the choice to be barefoot or wear shoes, and she looked at the setting and she was just who the fuck would be running through the woods barefoot? You would break your foot.
Yeah.
So that part to me was...
I appreciated that. You know me and women in heels. It's
And
I thought that was great.
Heels.
I don't have heels.
A few days later, I saw Inside Out.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it yet. What'd you think?
That was cute.
Take my kids?
Yeah.
For sure?
Yeah. It was very funny.
I hear it's traumatic though. Like the freaking beginning of Up and shit. What the hell is up with Pixar?
It's not as bad as
it's not that bad? Okay.
No, it's not as bad. There are a few moments where you're kind of like, this is a kid's movie, but when was the last time Pixar made a kid's movie?
Like Cars 2?
Yeah,
Planes?
I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, Up was definitely...
Toy Story?
Up, no.
Monsters Incorporated?
Toy Story was Toy Story 3 was so not a kid's movie.
Yeah, that was sad.
That was an adult flick.
I agree.
But Inside Out was cute. There actually is a scene in the end credits. So obviously the movie is about your feelings.
Sure. The equal parts. It's like that old show, Herman's Head.
Yeah, so there's sadness, joy, anger, caution, and disgust or something. I forgot what the other one was. And so they're showing what a guy's feelings look like and what a woman's feelings look like. And these are all little end credit blooper scenes.
Yes.
And then they show one for a dog and then one for a cat.
Oh, and
they were so funny. I started laughing so hard. I was sobbing. And the people are cleaning the movie theater and I'm walking out tears streaming down my face and they're just looking at me what are you doing?
Wow.
And it got actually so bad that I needed to go home and take my inhaler because I couldn't breathe.
You had your asthma kicked in?
I literally had an asthma attack because I was laughing so hard at the end of the movie.
That might be the next movie then.
Yeah.
The sequel will be a Pets. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie, but
it's
that funny.
Because I read something about Pixar the other day, and it was the evolution of their movies, and it was what if fish had feelings? What if monsters had feelings? What if cars had feelings? What if planes had feelings? What if feelings had feelings?
Right. Oh, and that was the last one.
Yeah. So I was like, where are we going now?
What's left?
I mean, I always liked the movie Osmosis Jones, where it's how your body works. But I feel
is that the one we're not Orlando Bloom, but the other, Orlando, hang on, I gotta, there's Chris Rock in that one. I
think it was Chris Rock, and then they had the real life scene was Bill Murray.
Right.
I think. I don't think it needed that real life scene, that was pointless. But I feel that movie would have been exponentially better if Pixar did it.
Holy shit, there's some big names in this movie.
Molly Shannon's in it, I think.
Fishburne, David Hyde Pierce, William Shatner, Ron Howard, Kid Rock. Yeah. Anyways. All right. And we got Minions coming up this week. Are you not a Minion?
I'm not a Minion.
Our friend Brian Lynch wrote that movie.
I'm not a Minion fan.
You're not a.
We also have Ant-Man coming up.
Oh yeah.
I gotta admit, I'm not excited. I think it's.
Of course you're not.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. But I don't know how it escaped me. I didn't know that Ant-Man was going to be in Captain America. The next
Civil War.
Civil War.
Yeah.
So now I kind of feel I have to see Ant-Man.
Ant-Man coined the term the Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
he's OG.
I just think it's going to be a dumb fucking movie.
Did you feel the same about Guardians last year?
Yep.
Well, so there you go.
I also felt the same about Thor.
Yeah, they're going to prove you wrong.
Yeah.
Because Marvel is good
I
at that.
actually think they are.
Because Marvel is good at
Once I saw the
that.
coming attraction, I was like, okay, maybe this is a little better than I thought it was.
Right.
But now that I know he's in Captain America, like,
Yeah.
I feel like obviously this movie is going to link somehow to the rest
Sure,
of them with like
absolutely.
some end credit scene or something. So like shit, I guess I have to go see it.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of things of small stature,
Your penis?
Well, yes, I'm Asian, but even smaller than my penis. I have my own action figure.
You do.
Yes, Comic Book Men Mini-Mates. They're little Lego-sized figures. They're called Mini-Mates.
Ming Chen's is close to actual size.
That's the big joke going around, yes. Although if you look at the packaging, we're all the same height, which is inaccurate, I believe.
I actually like this Lego series that somebody sent you.
Yes.
Where they put the short little legs.
Yeah, that's
in
our friend Liz made that for,
Yeah.
and our friend Liz made us a framed custom Lego set of all.
And Ming is actually shorter than
Yeah, they
rest
put the
of
little
them.
kid legs on there, and the big joke is, if you look at a Lego, it's like, oh, Ming, they even got your color correct,
Yeah.
which is,
Yeah.
Legos are yellow, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. So
That's good.
yeah, well, have you seen the Mini-Mates? Have you taken a close
Yeah,
look?
your legs are a little too long.
All right, but besides that, it's kind of cool, right? I got my own freaking figure.
No, you got your own action
That's
figures.
pretty
Definitely
awesome.
cool.
It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what do I need to? What else do I need to accomplish in life from here?
Probably a bunch of things.
But that's pretty cool. Not
Yeah.
everyone has their own figure.
I
I'm
know,
just saying.
it's true.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
So you brought it to Legoland with you.
I did. Yeah. I did.
Shameless plug.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna take pictures of it around, and I didn't. I didn't end up doing that. Oh, well, the cool thing about back to Legoland real quick.
Posting more pictures of your mini-mate than your children. Okay.
Right. Legoland has a part of the park called Mini World, I believe, where they have they built like San Francisco and Legos.
That's
They
cool.
built New York and Legos.
So you're gonna place yourself in all these places.
Well, you're not supposed to touch it, so
Oh.
I didn't do that.
Well, you're like a
There's
celebrity. You
like
should
Lego
just-
LA. There's apparently I didn't go over there. There's a Lego London, and there are little Doctor Who hidden Easter eggs
Oh,
in
so
there.
that's cute.
So I saw that. That was cool. Then I turned the corner. It's all Star Wars. I don't know if I did post those pictures.
So you could have put yourself in
in
on
Hoth.
Tatooine.
In Tatooine, yeah, there's a Tatooine one. There's Naboo with the palace. There was the deflector shield array. That Endor, Biker Scouts and the,
See, that's
Imperial
cool.
shuttle, they
You could have
Hoth.
put yourself everywhere.
You could have. Yeah, you're not supposed to really touch it though. So I didn't want to get kicked out of Legoland.
Yeah, that's true. That would have been embarrassing.
Yeah, it would have been really embarrassing. Yeah. And then I was at the con, so I brought a bunch with me to sell. I opened one of them up and I held up the Brian Johnson and I took a picture and I said, Brian Johnson finally arrives at Walker Star Con Orlando.
So how much can people buy you for?
The set of 5, me, Brian, Walt, Mike, and Kevin, with accessories, $24.99
Wow,
Available
that's
now.
a steal.
at janesilentbob.com.
That is a steal.
Yes. And if you want us to sign it, just make a little note. Say, please sign. Me, Walt, and Mike will sign it for you.
Yeah.
Just leave a little note in there. So, deal of a century. But,
Yeah.
but what was the first thing I did? I took a set and I gave it to my kid. And he opened it. And I don't know what he's doing with them now, but people were like,
Brian's like a fucking hammer.
well, people were like,
why is Daddy not around?
Yeah, thanks. Well, people were like, why'd you do that? You don't want to piss them off now. It's kind of like a voodoo doll or something.
Yeah.
Right? You flush me down the toilet.
Can I have one?
Yeah. You want one? I got one
I'm
for you.
going to use it as a voodoo doll.
Oh, you want to Ming?
I'll give it to my cat.
Do you want everybody else, or you just want me?
Oh, no, I don't. That's. No.
Or you don't even want me?
I don't
Do you want just like the Zapsik?
No. I was going to say, I just want you, but that just sounds bad.
Right.
I just want you.
All right. I'll get you a set.
I figure I could give you to my cat, and they could chew on you instead of chewing on my hair clips.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sure.
Spencer loves my hair clips. He'll probably love Ming Chen as well.
Yeah. All right.
Or my toes in the morning. So when he's biting my toes,
Yeah, I'll chuck the figure at him.
chuck Ming Chen, and they'll probably
There
have fun
are
batting
small
you
parts.
around.
I don't want to be responsible for your cat choking on them. I have a little. It's like a hoodie accessory. Brian Johnson it comes with an extra beard attachment. I want to know how many little Chinese children died manufacturing
that beard.
Yeah, we'll never know, but some of them perished.
Yeah.
In the creation of that mini
That-
beard.
that
Moment of
beard.
silence for the Chinese kids who, yeah. So, anyways, but speaking of Comic Con, yes, we're shooting season 5 coming up.
Any
can't
insight into what's going to be going down?
I can't say anything, but you're gonna see some weird stuff around town. It's gonna be fun.
Like a big life-size dildo.
No, there's no. Come on, man. Your kids watching the show.
Well, you said weird stuff. I was thinking
No,
about.
you'll see some weird stuff. We got some cool stuff coming up. Though.
Okay.
Just I can't wait for you to see it.
Can't you give us like a hint in code?
No, I can't. I can't give anything away.
Fuck, man.
Just if you enjoy the show, you're gonna.
What if I don't enjoy the show?
Well, then don't watch it. You don't watch it anyway.
I do watch it.
Oh, you started watching it. Okay, good for you.
I started watching it like 2 seasons ago.
Good for you.
Shut you up.
Yes, thank you very much. Your own friend on a TV show, can't imagine.
I just loved it. All the production guys were like, Sam, and I was like, how do you guys remember me?
You were here last year. They love you.
Yeah.
They love you.
I love them.
They love you.
I only stay friends with you, so I can see all of that.
That's cool.
Although I didn't see Rodney.
If you don't watch the show, you won't see them again.
I'm just saying, I didn't see
Oh, Rodney Porto, our friend Rodney Porto.
Can we change his last name too?
No. Ronnie Porto. Ronnie Porto is his name from Blue Jays Comics.
No, his name's Rodney.
Yes. All right. All right. You have your comic book man production crew boyfriend.
We can
Very
name him
nice.
Rodney Porta.
Yeah.
Because Porta Pizza.
The pizza
so now
place.
he's like a complete fake person that we talk about.
Yeah.
Because no one's gonna get that.
Yeah, dude. When are you coming with me to this beer garden I keep talking about? This whole I was here this weekend. I went there 4 times this weekend.
Okay, well actually,
that's how great it is.
I was gonna say, since I don't think I could drag Alex there, since his father hates it.
So he won't go?
I don't know. His dad really hated it, but he's
I'll
away.
buy him beer.
He's away next weekend, so I actually need you to occupy my time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
what am I? You're freaking I'm here. Are you not entertained? All right.
No, I'm just saying.
All right, beer
we
garden.
can actually go rock climbing next week.
All right, let's go rock climbing. Beer garden.
My hands will be.
Beer garden.
My scab will be off.
Okay, very nice. Yay! Hooray!
Hooray! Scabs.
Tough guy right here with the scab.
Whatever.
Yeah, a little plug for my Asbury Park, our town in the south. Opened up an authentic German beer garden with a rooftop. They have pretzels as big as your head, and you buy authentic German beer on draft, and you can get either a half liter or a liter.
Did you have that scene in
You get a liter of beer
in X-Men First Class when he walks into the bar and he orders? Can you reenact that scene for me?
Sure.
Where you order whatever he orders. I forget what it is now. He orders a Weiss beer or something.
Yes.
And he hands it to him. He goes, "Es beste."
Es beste.
Yeah, can you reenact that scene?
Sure, I'll do that.
And then turn around and maybe kill the 2 guys behind you by throwing knives and bullets with your head.
Yes, I can do that.
Awesome.
Well, I'm not a mutant, but yes, I can do that.
If you could do that scene for me, then I'm totally at the beer garden.
Okay, I'm just saying you're gonna love it, or maybe not because I've hyped it so much, but.
I mean, everyone else loves that.
I was literally there 4 times this weekend.
Yeah, I told I was talking with Tom.
Yes, Tom Mum, our sound guy.
Yeah, we were talking about it, and I said that they might as well start forwarding your mail there, because
I can't help it. I love it. I love it. It's great. Hey, before we go, can I read you something?
Okay.
All right. So again, I'm going back to the con. I apologize, but I just had such a great time. Walker Stalker Con. When you go as a guest, they assign you a team of volunteers. They sit there. They keep the line orderly. They make change. They do the grunt work. It's great. And they work very hard. I mean, it's weird if you go to a con. They ask for volunteers. The volunteers actually do all the work, and they don't really get anything out of it. They get free admission and a T-shirt, basically. But I got a really good volunteer. After the con, she sent me a letter, which I'm going to read to you now, if you don't mind.
No,
just because I thought it was cool.
This sounds.
So, which goes, Hey Ming, had to thank you once more for helping make this past weekend epic. I feel like one of the luckiest volunteers being able to work with you and Tom all weekend. Tom came down to hang out with me. Getting to know your fans and hearing them excitingly share how you've touched their lives was a truly heartwarming experience. I also wanted you to know how grateful and inspired I was by your kindness and generosity, not just to your fans, but to us volunteers and even our friends and family. You didn't even think twice about including us in your experience, and that meant more than any photo or autograph ever could. You probably guess I don't have much knowledge in the comic book arena, but if I was asked to describe the perfect superhero, I'd probably end up describing someone just like you, along with mind reading, time travel, and unmatched strength. Couldn't remember if you said you're going to the Atlanta convention, but if you are, need some friendly volunteers to have your back, blah blah blah. So yeah, it's pretty sweet, right?
Someone needs to punch that 13-year-old girl in the face.
She's not 13. She was not 13.
God.
That was very nice.
Inflating your already inflated ego.
I know. That was very nice of her, though. And
that was very sweet.
And at these cons, if I'm assigned to volunteer, I try to give them a good experience. If they work hard.
If they work hard.
If they work hard.
You definitely buy them pancakes the next day.
I'm not buying them pancakes. No, usually what I do if they're really good, I thank them, and then I'm like, hey, the other guests there will do. I was like, let's go take a photo with them.
Yeah.
Like I'll facilitate that because that's why they're there. They want to meet the other guests. So
Yeah.
they want to hang around me.
And they want pancakes.
I'll buy them pancakes.
Oh, me too.
Yes. Anyways.
Pancakes.
Yes. All right. That's all I got. I don't.
That's
You
all
sent.
I got.
You sent me. Did we hit all your stuff on your list?
I think
Oh
so.
man.
I was just gonna say, Michael Gaines said Biergarten sign me up, so you can come with us.
Yeah, come with us, man. You're local.
Yeah.
Come on down. Asbury Park Fest Hall and Biergarten. It's amazing, and I love them, and yes, and I'm loving everything right now. Life.
Stop drinking beer. You got a marathon to train for.
Oh, okay. Have you stopped drinking? Because usually you do.
I drink a lot of wine.
Oh, okay. Like is that better?
No, but makes me feel less full.
Oh, okay. Right
So.
on. All right. Well, thank you very much for listening, everybody. It's
Yeah.
good to be back.
It's good to be back now that we've wrangled.
Well, since
things
I'll be
back
here, yeah, hopefully
for a
we'll
few
be able
months.
we'll be able to go every week.
Yeah.
So Monday, I don't know.
Maybe not Mondays, but sometime
Some
during the
nights.
week. Yeah, because my schedule's always up in the air.
All right, and look for Comic Book Man returning October 2015.
Yeah,
Yeah, and big things coming up for us. I don't know what yet, but
I'm sure you do.
yeah, live. I still want to do live shows and shit. Shoot some video. We got video content. Oh, but I'm sorry for God. I keep dragging this on. I saw Kevin has been doing live video podcasts.
Yeah, you were saying.
Through YouTube. I'm like, dude, I want to get in on this. So let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Well, thank you very much, everybody.
Yes, thank you for listening.
Love you to death.
We do.
And we will talk to you next week.
My ears. Whew. My legs hurt.